Hello everyone, I am Grand Royson, welcome to new video. Today I am going to discuss 25 best Classroom of the Elite quotes. The Classroom of the Elite saga has some amazing characters, all of which flaunt their own unique personalities and traits, topped with a range of introspective conversations that share pieces of wisdom, advice, or interesting worldviews with anticipating fans. 1. If I may be so bold, defective merchandise can often be fixed with the slightest of alterations. That is my feeling on the matter. Suzune Horita. Suzune may be reserved, but she knows how to make the best of a tricky situation. This quote highlights that seemingly unfixable issues can often be resolved, whether it's regarding a tangible object, or perhaps something more complex. 2. Most people possessed both a public face and a private inner self after all. Ayanokoji Kiyotaka. Just about everyone may agree with this quote by Ayanokoji, as most people put up a front around others. There are countless reasons for this. It is natural and a common way of protecting ourselves. Either way, it's a short and concise statement that reflects humanity as a whole. 3. For better or for worse, I've lived my life making sure to not stir anything up. Being a role model. Being exemplary. I believe that to be the right thing to do and never once questioned it. Manabu Horita. Manabu has always tried to be the best person possible, occasionally at the cost of personal wishes. Despite numerous achievements, Manabu still suffered due to making numerous sacrifices. 4. Coincidence can be freaky. Ayanokoji Kiyotaka. This short and sweet quote by Ayanokoji is undeniably true. Little coincidences can often be glossed over in everyday life, but one coincidence too many can become something more thought-provoking. 5. I will always do my very best to answer everyone else's calls, no matter who they are. Even if one day, I may end up getting strangled by it all. Hanami Ichinos. Hanami is selfless and kind-hearted, and this quote emphasizes her character. She always strives to help those around her, as that is what truly makes her happy, irrespective of how she may suffer for giving so much of herself with open arms. 6. It doesn't matter how it's done. It doesn't matter what needs to be sacrificed. In this world, winning is everything. Ayanokoji Kiyotaka. Ayanokoji has always been focused on achieving his aspirations, rarely caring about anyone else along the way, if at all. This quote sums up how he prioritizes various aspects of his life, choosing the chance of winning over just about anything else. 7. From where I stand, I'd say society is certainly not equal. Not a bit. Chabashira Sae. Chabashira's quote about equality is short and concise, stating that society is not designed to be equal. Searching for equality in a naturally unequal world can be challenging at the best of times. Not everyone is given the same opportunities and tools to become successful, but it definitely shouldn't prevent us from trying. 8. Confessing your feelings to someone isn't an easy thing. You spend every day in anguish, yet you still can't do it. The words, "I love you," hang in your throat, and you can't seem to force them out. I think her earnest feelings deserve a proper answer, don't you? Ayanokoji Kiyotaka. This is a rather compassionate quote for someone like Ayanokoji, but it's quite true nonetheless. While it may seem easier to avoid interaction, that person at least deserves a respectful response after putting themselves in such a vulnerable position. 9. As usual, you've mistaken isolation for independence. Manabu Horita. Manabu hit the nail on the head with this quote, referring to Suzune's outlook on social interaction. He highlights that, while she may believe she is independent due to having no friends, she is more likely stuck in isolation due to her cynical worldviews. 10. If a person ever claims to live their life without telling a lie, their life itself is probably a lie. Ayanokoji Kiyotaka. Yet another bold statement by Ayanokoji, touching on a topic that's usually swept under the rug. Whether it be a white lie as a child or a personal secret held into adulthood, Ayanokoji highlights that this is part of being human, and those who feel otherwise are likely living a lie overall. 11. Normally, I dislike playing with others as a team, but miraculously, I was able to make it work in the case of basketball. Ken Pseudo. Ken is a pretty hot-tempered character, with little to no interest in his academics or social interaction. However, this quote really emphasizes how much he loves basketball. It seems this is the only thing he is willing to go the extra mile for. 12. Smiling means letting your guard down in front of another person, even if just a little. Ayanokoji Kiyotaka. While Ayanokoji is carefree and laid back at times, he is often introspective and stoic in conversation. He points out that while smiling can be a simple act of kindness or courtesy for many people, he believes that smiling does involve some level of vulnerability. 13. I, for one, feel no need to make friends. Suzune Horita. Suzune is pretty antisocial, with a cynical outlook toward life. She generally chooses to avoid making friends due to her personality, but it's also revealed that she believed potential friends would only weigh her down. 14. I've never once thought of you as an ally. Not you. Not Kushida. Not Hirata. All people are nothing but tools. Ayanokoji Kiyotaka. Ayanokoji can be incredibly cunning, willing to take advantage of others to achieve his goals. He believes that people are either predators or prey, with prey being used as tools by stronger individuals. 15. I don't like expending more effort than I have to. Ayanokoji Kiyotaka. This classic quote by Ayanokoji is something most people can relate to. While things definitely need to get done, there's always an efficient way to get through it without spending more time and energy than necessary. 16. Being alone is not synonymous with being lonely. Suzune Horita. This quote by Suzune embodies a struggle that many reserved, shy, or introverted people may resonate with. She prefers to remain distant and avoid communication, and many assume that she is lonely, although she clarifies that this is not quite the case for everyone. 17. Every individual has his or her own strengths and weaknesses. That's what it means to be human. Ayanokoji Kiyotaka. Ayanokoji points out that everyone has talents and shortcomings, as no one is perfect. While some may spend their lives trying to make up for their weaknesses without embracing their strengths, he highlights that this balance is what makes us all human. 18. If you worried too much, you'd likely miss out on something important and suffer for it. Ayanokoji Kiyotaka. This quote embodies the more carefree and free-spirited side of Ayanokoji. It's a short and sweet statement that reminds us never to fixate or worry too much about something in particular, as it risks missing out on many other aspects of life in the process. 19. So, am I a perfect human being? If you ask me that, the answer would be no. Kikyo Kushida. Kikyo is a flexible, intelligent, sporty, and outgoing student, with many believing that she is the perfect role model. Even in light of her successes and talents, she points out that she is not perfect, happily accepting all of her pros and cons. 20. What might seem trivial to one person could be quite difficult for another, depending on their issues. Ayanokoji Kiyotaka. This quote by Ayanokoji is simple yet complex, applying to just about anyone or any situation. He highlights that empathy can also extend to seemingly trivial tasks or challenges, as basic things may have varying effects or difficulty levels for different people. 21. You may come to regret trying to manipulate me. Ayanokoji Kiyotaka. Ayanokoji is incredibly mysterious, with an extremely thoughtful and often pensive personality. This quote sums up his stance toward others trying to control him, and it's possibly one of the best classroom of the elites quotes today. 22. I, who looked down my nose at the others and called them worthless. When it comes down to it, not only I am useless, I'm resolving things with violence. It's utterly absurd. Suzune Horita. Suzune has a more introspective outlook at one point, realizing that her defensive mechanisms have only isolated her from others. She points out that she uses aggressive tactics too often and begins to understand that her previous mindset may not be as constructive as she believed. 23. Your shortcoming is that you assume others will hold you back, and put them at a distance from the start. Ayanokoji Kiyotaka. This amazing quote by Ayanokoji sums up the complex mindset that Suzune had toward others. He saw right through her lone wolf facade, telling her exactly what he saw in her and highlighting that having friends may be more beneficial than one might expect. 24. Are all human beings truly equal? These days everywhere you go there's a talk about fight for equality. As a wise man once said, heaven doesn't create one person above or below another. Ayanokoji Kiyotaka. This profound statement by Ayanokoji seems to spark more questions than it provides answers. Perhaps that's the point. Equality is an already complex topic that's deeply rooted in human history, with a vast gray area that often needs more consideration from various perspectives. 25. Without communication, there could be no cooperation or trust. Ayanokoji Kiyotaka. Most people would love to have cooperation and trust in their social circles, but Ayanokoji points out that this is not exactly inherent. Rather, they are rewarded by building social foundations. Communication is the cornerstone of every relationship, whether professional, friendly, or romantic. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share. For more, thanks you all, meet you in another video.